My mom was smart. She raised my brother and sister and I without any labels. We were no halves, no steps. We were just siblings, even though we had different dads. My mom was smart.
She used to call us her candy shop.
She raised my brother and sister and I without any labels. We were no halves, no steps. We were. My sister, a beautiful mix of her mother and father, came out caramel. And me, well, yo soy chocolate. It wasn't until we went out into the world that I even knew I was different. Summer of my 8th birthday, my grandmother had me, my brother and sister, and my younger siblings. And as the eldest, I had more responsibility. We went to a McDonald's, and my grandmother immediately walked in and took the kids to the playground. Me, as the eldest, had the money in hand and went to the counter. I'm looking at the backs of 2 clerks. One looks my way. ¿Hay un niño va a ayudarte? La negrita puede esperar. This hurt my feelings. And before I could say anything, a large Latin man walked in, and the woman turned around. Bueno, señor, ¿y puede ayudarte? I went back to the table. My grandmother, give me my change. What's our number? They wouldn't take my order. What do you mean they wouldn't take your order? Well, one woman saw me waiting, and then the other woman said the little black girl could wait. I knew what I said was wrong in some way because my grandmother's face got tight like a handmade tamale on Christmas morning, and she was off in a flash. And I was left sitting there wondering, well, am I black? Later that summer, I'm at my cousin's slumber party, and we're watching Selena for the umpteenth time. Como la flor, tu amor, me diste tú. I catch myself in the mirror. I look at a face that isn't mine, touch curls that are super curly and not super fine like wine, put my finger in the dimple my grandmother says is hers. Yo te di eso, mi amor. Search my mouth for extra teeth like my sister. My earlobes don't hang next to my face. Instead, they're connected at the base. My nose is thick and wide like a stop sign, unlike those of my cousins and brethren. I look in the mirror with hate and fear that maybe I don't belong here. But wait, there in my eyes, I find evidence that I am my mother's daughter. Sí, soy la niña de mi mamá. But how can I be all these things and all these things I am not? I'm not here, I'm not there, I'm not anywhere. I know I'm something because I'm definitely not nothing. I'm a Latin girl stuck in a frame she does not claim. Others will have an idea of me for that reason all the same. I'm not here, I'm not there, I'm not anywhere. I'm black to the whites and to the Latins that I claim. I'm something else to the blacks all the same. I'm not here, I'm not there, I'm not anywhere. I learned to blend in when we join a Boys and Girls Club in the Central District of Seattle, and curls like mine are the common denominator I find. But I'm not here, I'm not there, I'm not anywhere. I will be ashamed of my mother and claim she's not mine, even when she gets a job and is there all the time. I'm not here, I'm not there, I'm not anywhere. I eventually try on the title society tells me I might be: a thief, a liar, a menace to society, a loud, annoying kid on the bus when everyone else is just trying to read. But none of those ever felt right for me. It took a long time, but I finally realized everyone, past, present, and future, lives in me. I am here. I am there. I am everywhere. Hair curls which battle and intertwine, knowledge beyond my years, and intuition to keep my third eye wide. Eyes filled with wants and hopes my ancestors dreamed of me. I wonder if I'm the only one in this windy bloodline to which my anxiety inflicts my mind from time to time. I wonder if stress could be found in bitten fingernails and threads of hair pulled in piles and papers torn to shreds. Skin brown from the minute I emerged, were you dismissed for being too far sun-kissed? For generations you stood up so that I could sit, drink, and marry whom I choose. For generations you listened to the voices in your head and tried to make sense of what was being said. For generations you've reached out, you've screamed and cried and dreamed of me. For generations, you've been waiting patiently for someone to say the words that I say. Here and now, with these friends as witness, I welcome my ancestors to guide me, to warn me, to help me, to use me, to be in, around, and through me. I welcome you and the Great Spirit to express our message to the world in every avenue possible. Together, we are great. We are knowledge. Together, we are great. We are healing. Together, we are great. We are powerful. Together, we are great. We are magic. Together, we are great. We will conquer all. In college, a lover who I will never forget gave me a book, Speeches and Lectures by Audre Lorde. And one of the quotes that has stuck with me, being Black is a dysfunction I will never overcome. Audre, here I was thinking I was never Black enough. But really, what is Black? Black is everything other than white. Let's get that clear. Black is science miracle. It absorbs all things, colors, and voided spaces. Black is the light as it hits upon impact. Black is silence until there is noise. Black is matter in its purest form. Black is the crashing of waves against the shore. Black is the cuddles of a warm winter's night and the sounds of a fire's crackle. Black is your kiss. For when I am kissing you, I see nothing until I open my eyes and see you. Black is a relieving midnight pea. Black is the skin of a beautifully ripened avocado. Black is the night as the dusk begins to set in. Black is my heart for the pain others have set in it. Black is the blood in the streets of America. Black is the right to live as all others do outside of my skin color. Black is the epitome of everything, and yet nothing. Black are the tears that fall for those whom have damaged another. Black is the strength I see in me and all others. Black is actually where it's at, y'all. Black is me. I am Black beauty, wild and free to roam the pastures all mine own. Until the end of time, I am free. I'm not your idea of me. I'm an AfroLatinx curvaceous lady. I ride the waves to my own personal sea. I want the best for my people. And if you don't, then watch out. I will stomp you, romp you, and throw you to the wolves. I am strong and loud and run around town planting seeds in the crowns of the oppressed to stand and relent. Togetherness is the thing that we need in order to succeed in taking over this pathetic excuse for a country that is ripping us to shreds. I don't have time for your sorries and your campies and pass the potato scampi because I am on another level of what ifs and maybes. Maybe we'll learn to fly so high we can never touch the ground. Maybe we will gain a tribe of like-minded folks who are on our side. Maybe, just maybe, we will make this country great for the very first time without the incessant thoughts of the pale-faced wannabes whom walk the walk of their lives full of privilege and no regard for the stress of living in a white supremacist society. May we be great and uplift one another for our beauty and our flaws and our trip-ups. And I want you to see my color and acknowledge it for what it is, greatness. As if I were your sister, I'll catch you when you fall. We can work together to make it all better because together is the finest thing since fermented grapes became wine. And I can't be more honest than I've already been, yet there's still people who ain't acting right. So I'll say it again and again and again. Black lives matter. Our lives matter. My life matters. Sit here and breathe with me. Share your brave waves with me. Let's hum a tune. And maybe it'll become a tune, a song, because that's what life is. It's ups, it's downs, it's full of runarounds, but together, we can make things that are great. So let's not rewrite the past, but acknowledge it. And let's not forget how many times someone has used black asses or cut their insecurities into black and brown skin. But can we maybe leave this place as friends? Can we be like the trees and dance in the wind? Thank you. Ashe. Stay safe. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Just, I'm watching your comments, so thank you for your love. Thank you, Sharon. I appreciate it. Thank you, Mira. I hope that I said that correctly. If there are any questions, this was definitely a process. I want to shout out to We Out Here and Michael B. Maine. I definitely had sat during my quarantine time, breathing, taking care of myself, taking care of my family relations. Thank you. And it was a journey. It was definitely a journey. And so many things, as you know, are happening in the world. And despite the fact that we are also trying to survive a pandemic, we have to survive being brown-skinned. And that affects me. That affects a lot of the people in my circle. And it's interesting, especially now, I'm spending a lot of time with my Latin grandparents, and we talk about it all. So it's been very, very interesting. But yeah, throw some questions my way if you have any. Let's see. Thank you. Thank you. How and where did I film it? That's a great question. I am currently in Eastern Washington, coming from you live in a small town called Toppenish. And I'm actually artistically based out of Seattle, which is about 2.5 hours away. If you drive fast, maybe an hour and a half. But I actually was able to make my way to Seattle in the safety of last week and find times around protests to make it down to work with Michael B. Maine in his studio in Pioneer Square. So if you need anything filmed, that guy right there. Thank you for that question. Any others? We appreciate any and all. I could talk about the process